Hello everyone, my name is LapisMG and today I'll show you how to make an item sorter in Minecraft. This item sorter will work for both Java and Bedrock editions of the game. Here's how it works. Let's say I came back from a busy mining trip and I've got all of these items in my inventory. Well, instead of having to sort each of them manually, I'll simply put all of them inside of this input chest and the system will automatically sort the items for me. Right now the items are going up and they're being put into the chests into which they belong. I've also added these indicator lights to the system, which tells me what item is currently being sorted, which I think is a pretty cool addition to the contraption. Alright, now I'll give it some time and let the machine do the hard work for me. Okay, so quite a bit of time has passed, and now if I check the chests, you'll notice that each item is sorted perfectly inside of them. And if any of the chests down here fill up, then the machine will simply start putting the items into the chests above them. This chest at the end over here is the output chest. It'll receive any item that we've not assigned a chest for in the system. Before we start building, there are a couple of things you need to know. The first is that each column will only sort one item. So you cannot sort two items in the same column. But you can have as many columns as you want. You could even sort hundreds of items if you wanted to. The second thing that you have to know is that this sorter will only work for items that stack up to 64. So you cannot sort items that are non-stackable or only stack up to 16. If you put them inside the item sorter, they'll simply end up inside the output chest. Each unit is also modifiable, so you can have one unit only have a single chest to sort for diamonds, for example, and another unit can have 4 or 8 or 10 double chests to sort for, I don't know, something like cobblestone, for example. Okay, I hope that explanation wasn't very confusing. Now let's get to the material list and actually build this thing. These are the items that you'll need for each unit of the item sorter. For this list of materials that I made, I'll be giving every item that I sort 4 double chests. If you want only 3 double chests, then you take away 2 chests and 1 hopper. If you want 5 double chests, then you add 2 chests and 1 hopper, and so on and so forth. Remember that each unit will only sort 1 item, so if you need to sort 20 items, for example, then you'll need to multiply everything in here by 20. Alright, first things first, when building we have to decide how many items we want to sort. For the sake of this tutorial, I'll be sorting 4 items. To do that, I'll place down a row of 4 temporary blocks and an extra one at the end here for the output chest. These temporary blocks will get replaced by the redstone lamps later on, so we can make the light indicator system. But if you don't want the indicator lights, then you can skip this temporary block placement step and immediately start placing down your chests on the ground. Alright, now on top of these temporary blocks, we'll start placing down our chests just like so. Once that's done, it should look something like this. Now we'll go to the back of the chests and place down our hoppers. Make sure every hopper you place is facing into the chest and not facing down or in any other direction. So the hopper placement should look something like this. Now we need to decide where we want our input chest to be. You can have it on the left side or on the right side. For me, I'll pick the left side, so we come over here and we place down blocks next to these hoppers like so. Make sure that for the last chest there's no block next to this hopper, since it'll become the output chest. After that we place comparators on top of these blocks facing away from where our hoppers are. Then we place down more hoppers facing into the comparators. Then we go to where our output chest is, for me it's on the right side, and we place down even more hoppers like this. Make sure that every hopper is facing towards the output chest. After that's done, we come to the left side and place our input chest. If you want your input chest to be down there instead of up here, don't worry, I'll explain how you can do that in a little bit. After we're done with that, we go to the back side and we place down blocks like this. Then we place a temporary block here and a block underneath it, then we make a row of blocks like this. After that, we break this temporary block and we place down our repeaters like so. Make sure that the repeaters are facing towards the hoppers. After that, we place down a row of blocks right here. Then we place down redstone dust on top of these blocks. Then we come over here and we place down another row of blocks over here, and we place down redstone torches on these blocks. If done correctly, this is what everything should look like. Alright, now let's make the item filter. To do that, we need 45 items of whatever it is that we're trying to sort, and we bring them to these hoppers that are facing towards the comparators. Inside the hopper we place 41 items in the first slot and the remaining 4 in the other slots. Make sure that the 41 items are on the slot to the left and not the slot to the right, otherwise the system will break. Then we repeat the same process with the other hoppers for as many items as we're trying to sort. After that's done, we come over to the front side and we place down item frames with the corresponding items that we put in the hoppers behind them, so we remember what each chest contains. You can also use signs or completely skip this step, it's completely up to you. Alright, now let's put the input chest down there instead of up here. To do that, we need to build an item elevator. Here are the items that we'll need to build the item elevator. Alright, let's bring our double chest over here. Then we dig out this area behind it, just like so. It should look something like this. Then we put down a dropper here, comparator here, then a repeater, and redstone dust just like this. Here's what that looks like. And we build up a tube like so. You don't have to use glass for this step, it can be any block you want. Then we place down water on top over here. And we go down and we plant kelp all the way up. Then we break all the kelp. And break this block at the very bottom and place down soul sand. Then at the top we place down blocks like this. And the water here and we cover it up. After that's done, we come back down here and we break these 2 blocks and place hoppers like so. So the whole thing should look something like this. Alright, that's the item sorter done. Now let's build the indicator light system to make the build a bit more fancy. This part is completely optional, so you can skip it if you do not want to build it. These are the items that you'll need for each unit of the system. Alright, first things first, we need to break these temporary blocks and replace them with redstone lights. Then we need to come to the back and place down a row of blocks over here. Then comparators facing into the blocks. Then observers like so. And finally, waxed copper bulbs over here. For the output chest, the design is a little bit different. First we place an observer here, redstone lamp, a block, a redstone torch, waxed copper bulb with a comparator on top. And that's the entire build done. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, consider leaving a like and a sub. I would greatly appreciate it if you did. And if you have any questions about the build, leave a comment down below. I'll make sure to answer every single one of them. And with that, thank you very much for watching.